Fox News contributor Kellyanne Conway. All right, Kellyanne, how'd that podcast go?
Wow. Well, I guess Gavin Newsom wasn't invited on Ben Shapiro's podcast, so he figured I'll invite him on mine and I'll let him school and rule me, which is what happened. Jesse, this would be a brilliant strategy to get to the White House, except we have cameras and recording devices. So we know right away if you've changed your mind and your fundamental position from last decade, last year, last month, last week, in this case. And it's not a smart strategy because the road to the White House doesn't run through, people. It runs through people speaking their mind, not changing their mind. And I don't think just, being the model for the untuck it shirt, sporting a couple Lululemon pairs of pants is the way to really connect with America. I think Donald Trump showed us how to do that. You have to be authentic. What does that mean? Authenticity is also consistency. It means that you're principled and you keep saying same thing over and over again, so that repetition becomes reiteration, becomes what voters associate back to you. And they say, oh, you're the guy who wants to build the wall, cut my taxes, peace through strength. You're the guy who's going to take on Russia and China and Iran. You're the guy who's going to extract. Okay, I get it now. That's not apt to change because of the forum in which you are. So look, there's a world in which I can see Gavin Newsom winning the Democratic primary, sure. There's probably enough of a vote out there for the swagger and the good looks and just the bigness of being the governor of California. But how do you win the general election when you have 12% of the nation's population, but 28 to 29% of it's homeless? So, you have the highest unemployment rate in the country. Your chief of water had no water when the fires hit a year ago.
So Kellyanne, are these podcasts helping him? Hurting him? Is this going to be a drag when he runs for the nomination? Is it going to help him in the general? It confuses me. And you know how easily confused I am.
Jesse, it's very confusing because, again, most liberals won't even engage conservative media hosts and won't change or won't say, aha, when you're asking about men and women's sports or trans surgeries or ICE. This man yesterday, the governor of California, said ICE should not be abolished and that they're not, quote, terrorists. So if you're on the hard left, you're going to look at other candidates. If you're on the right, you're going to say, I don't trust him on all these other things. He doesn't share my position on issues. So it's a little confusing, but look at his competition. Come on. Kamala, AOC, right. Pritzker, Waltz, pick a card, any card. So he probably figures, I've got this in the primary and I'm practicing my transition to the middle for the general. That doesn't work anymore because people want to know who you are from the very beginning. And that's where President Trump has changed the rules of the game. He never changed. And one last thing, all these Democrats, we see that they were for ICE and now they're against it. So it's hurting the whole party. And Newsom is just indicative of that.
All right, Kellyanne Conway, have a great long weekend. Enjoy it.
देखो बात सुनो तुम्हारी हमसे कही हमने तुम्हारी बात मानी तुम्हारी तो मानी हमने तुमसे कभी कुछ कहा हमने तुमसे कुछ कहते ही हमने बस ये कही तुमने कही तू जा हमने 10 दिनों में अगर तुम नहीं आ गया तो दुकान खाली करा मुझे अपना तक का समय दो अप्रैल में खाली करती हूँ इतना काम ना तो अभी कह रहे थे इतना काम नहीं है काम हो या ना हो ऐसे कैसे नहीं हो नहीं मजबूरी है तो पड़े तो मजबूरी है तो क्या दूंगा तो क्या तो बाबू जाए ना तुम जा नहीं रहा तो मुझे कुछ चाहिए पैसा हो गया तो तुम पैसा हो तो मुझे क्या दूंगा मैं किराया अपने कमरे ले लो मैं और कोई ले लो मैं चैन से कैसे किराया दे लो किराया तो जमा है दुकान वालों का काय को जमा है का भंडारा है का हुआ मंदिर तो जब बने तो तुम्हारा संबोधन हो जाए मंदिर बनवाए जगह डरी है हां तो बनवाए नहीं रखती है मंदिर को मंदिर की जगह लग रही है हां तो बनवाए मंदिर बनिया तो नहीं हमें तो पैसा चाहिए ना बाबा तो हमें तो चाहिए हमें तो रोटी के रही चाहिए वो सारे राम हो अब हमें तो चाहिए क्योंकि हमने तो नहीं हमसे कही हमने तुम्हारी बात माने अब तुम दुकान बताओ और हमने गाड़ी को दुकान ना पूछूं तो मैंने तो भैया कह दी मुझे समझ लेना
कितना समय है हमारे पास है
तुम्हारे पास ना तो
तो किराया दो
तो है क्या
हमारे काउंटर में चलो
तुम्हारा किराया बंद नहीं है
काय को बंद है
किराया मैं सुनो मैंने न किराया बंद करवा न पेंशन करूँ मांगी न मैंने कई किराए की पूछो किराए कितने कई बंद कर मेरी मुश्किल हो मैंने दुकानदार को होगा मैंने कितने कई मैंने पूछो
मैं देखो दुनिया में लाऊं
भाई किराया न मैंने उनसे मांगा न कहूँ कि कहीं मैंने तुम्हें किराया क्यों बंद कर दिया ये किसी को नहीं किराया बंद करवा किराया बंद कर दो न उनको दो न उनको दो किसी को नहीं
जो ये कहता तो
अरे ये कहने सो दो भाई किराया बाद बंद करवाओ भाई को किराया हमें बात खाली है नहीं तो